The research scavenger hunt is an important activity, not just because it helps you to find resources to use in your research paper, but also because it's designed to get you familiar with some very basic search techniques in the library databases. So I'm going to walk you through this activity, and then hopefully you will be able to complete this on your own. So we're going to begin with a fake topic. I'm going to pretend I'm writing a paper on college students and anxiety. Yeah, you'll notice I cannot type and talk at the same time. So what you would do is fill in, basically your research question is just, what is it that you hope to learn as you do your research? And what do you think the results of your research will be? That's the hypothesis. So for right now, we're going to skip over source one, which is any article from Google, because I think we're all fairly comfortable with using Google for general sources. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and deal with the scholarly article. So for this activity, what I'd like you to do is go to the Manchester Community College homepage. If you go to Quick Links and then the library, it's going to bring you to the home page. And this is what we call the multi-search box. So we're going to enter keywords. Mine popped up already because you can see I've practiced this before. So we're going to go to that. And as you can see, a number of sources come up. We have ebooks, we have academic journals, we have all kinds of things popping up. Now, the first thing that I notice is that I'm seeing a lot of sources that have to do with other countries. And so that lets me realize I need to add another limiter to my search by typing in United States. Now, when I start typing in United States, you see that it suggests United States or America or USA or US. I want to grab that suggestion so that I don't miss any sources that are going to be useful to me. And then I click search. Now, in the activity, you'll see that the first kind of source that I'm looking for is a scholarly article. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here in the left-hand column, and I am going to limit my search to academic journals. So I'm going to check that box there. Now I have only academic journals coming up, not ebooks or newspaper articles or anything like that. So I'm going to now scroll down until I see something that looks like it would be interesting to me in my topic. So a lot of things, of course, are going to be not relevant, but let's say that this one catches my interest and I'm thinking I might want to use this in my paper. I'm going to click on that title. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read this abstract. The abstract is a very brief summary of the article's contents, and that will let me know whether this is an article I want to use. So let's assume that it is. You'll notice on the scavenger hunt, it asks you to paste citations from the articles here. What we're going to do to get those, I'll show you a little trick. Over on the right-hand column, you'll see a Cite button. I'm going to click on that. Now I have options for citation format. In this class, we're using MLA. So I'm going to scroll down. They're alphabetized, and I'm going to get the MLA citation for this article. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply copy. Then I'm going to get my document back up. And I'm going to paste. Now, when I paste, I'm not going to choose this first option because you see how the font is wrong and it's got a gray shaded box around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select merge formatting. So that way it won't have that gray box around it. So that's the first article. And then I'm going to just do the same thing and I'm going to return to my results list. And I'm going to find another one. I think this looks interesting. Parental indulgence and the relation to college students' emotional problems. Click on that title. Same thing, cite, scroll down, get the MLA. copy, and then paste. Again, merge formatting. So that gives me my 2 scholarly articles. And then I'll just make a comment of why I chose them after I've glanced at them a little bit and seen how they relate to my paper. The next kind of source is a magazine article appropriate for college research. Now, you can find magazines on the internet, but they're not always going to be appropriate for research. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to refine my search, and I'm going to limit it to magazines. So I'm going to check this box under type of publication. And then I'm going to uncheck academic journals to get rid of those. Now you can see these are all periodicals. So that means I'm looking at all magazines. So within this, I again look at these to see what looks interesting for my topic. So let's say majoring in fear. I'm going to click on that. Then I'm going to read the abstract. It talks about the prevalence of anxiety among college students. So I'm thinking, okay, that relates to my topic for sure. So again, the cite button, scroll down, MLA, copy, and then merge formatting, paste. So again, you're going to look for a second magazine doing the same exact thing, but now let's look for an ebook. So back to results. And then limit the types of publications. Now I'm not seeing ebook there, so I'm going to click show more. Now I'm going to see that there's an ebook here. So I'm going to select it from there. And then you can see magazines are still showing up, so I need to go back and uncheck magazines. Now there's only one ebook here. Now if you don't find an ebook on your topic, you can leave this blank, but I just want to walk through this as a sample and show you how to do it anyway. But if you don't find an ebook, you don't have to worry about that. Just leave it blank. You won't lose points for that. There's not always an ebook available. But in this case, there is. So there we go. And then a newspaper. Again, back to my results. And then I'm going to limit it to news. And I see many articles on this, college students and the web of anxiety. So again, I would read that abstract. If it looks good, cite, MLA, copy, paste. So, and that sometimes you can see as that, in that case, the formatting comes out weird. One thing that you can do is you can undo it and you can try pasting text only. It's still weird. So that just means I'm going to have to fix that manually. I'm going to have to clean that up myself, which is fine. That happens sometimes. When you get to the video and podcast, these are not going to be sources you'll find through the library. You just could go to YouTube, to your iTunes account, anywhere where you could find videos and podcasts. A great source of videos would be TED Talks. Most topics have a TED Talk on them. So that would be the kind of thing you would look for there. So again, if you're not coming up with anything that matches your topic, then you're just going to want to play around with these search terms. So let's say maybe I want to do college students' anxiety and depression and add that to it. Or you can play around with the search terms to add more possibilities to get closer to the things that you're looking for. So I hope that helps. I definitely would love to see you do the scavenger hunt. Again, mostly the purpose of it is partly to do some preliminary research for your papers, but also just to get comfortable with a basic method of getting into the databases and searching for credible sources. The advantages of searching through the databases is you know that anything you find here you can use in your paper, whereas in a Google search, that's not the case. It also is handy that you can get the MLA citation directly off the database and not have to create that on your own. Again, sometimes there will be things that are a little bit wonky that you need to manually fix in even the copied and pasted. They're not always 100% correct. However, they are pretty close and they will be a good start for you. So I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing those start coming in.